knocked down 14 out of 14. That's pretty amazing. If you think of it, it's almost incredible. But we knocked down 14 out of 14. So they're going to need something because they're being hit pretty hard.
Are you going to send them, though? Are you going to send more?
Yeah, we might. We're looking at it.
On tariffs, Mr. President, why are they only coming into effect in August?
Well, I'd probably start them on August 1st. Well, that's pretty early, right? I mean,
Like
you know,
3 weeks after the
because we're talking about, yeah, so when do you think they should come into effect? Sooner? I don't know how they could be sooner. We waited about a 90-day period. We probably had 90 days or so, and really much longer than that because we've been looking at this for years. We've been looking at it. I've been looking at it for a long time. I can tell you every single country, and I can tell you every single deficit that we have and they have. I've been looking at it for many years, frankly, and I think it's ridiculous that countries were able to get away with so much. I had a great call with the German Chancellor. He's a strong guy, very good man, had a great victory. No, we did talk about it, though, and he feels, you know, they have to be protected. He's a strong guy and smart, very smart man.
Mr. President, are you confident that you'll be able to find an end to the fighting in Ukraine?
That's an interesting question. We have with India and with Pakistan and in Africa, as you know, with the Congo and Rwanda, Serbia, Kosovo, and so many others. We've found we've helped Egypt with, as you know, their next door neighbor, where the water is being taken from the Nile. We've helped a lot of countries. The Ukraine situation, that's a Biden deal. It's not a Trump deal. I'm trying to get it finished off, settled, and we'll see. I don't know. I can't tell you whether or not that's going to happen.
Is it a priority?
Yeah, I'd like to see it happen. I don't want to see 5,000, 6,000, 7,000 soldiers killed every week. And you have other people, but for the most part, so far it's been mostly soldiers, and they're Ukrainian soldiers, and they're also Russian soldiers. But it's 5,000 souls, and they're being killed every single week. So it's really higher than that now.
Do you expect any trade deals this weekend, Teresa?
Yeah, I do. I think I'll probably send out 10 or 12 letters.
Mr. President, in addition to the letters, do you think you'll be able to reach deals with the European Union or India?
I think that letters are better for us. I've said that all along because you have hundreds of countries. You know, you have over 200 countries. And you can't sit down with 200 countries. I think the letters are better. I think a simple tariff is simpler than and better than sitting down and working 15 different things. You know, with the UK we did that, and it was great for both parties. With China we did that, and I think it's very good for both parties. We have India coming up, and with Vietnam we did it, but it's much easier to send a letter saying, listen, we know we have a certain deficit, or in some cases a surplus, but not too many. And this is what you're going to have to pay if you want to do business in the United States. And it's a tremendous amount of money that would be coming to us.
What about the European?
It's really, by the way, it's a tremendous amount of money. You see the kind of money already. You know, we're taking in tariffs now on cars, usually about 25%. Every car that comes into the country is paying about 25%. Lumber, steel, aluminum. But for the most part, I'd say just a percentage of maybe 15, 20% of the ultimate tariff, which would be over the next few months. And, we've taken in over $100 million already.
Mr. President, your plan, but
Pretty shocking. So much. And the other thing that's happening is many countries are moving into the country in order not to pay tariffs. So they're moving their factory here in order not to pay tariffs.
Mr. President, can you talk about your meeting with the Saudi defense minister at the White House?
Yeah, we had a great meeting. Great person. He was representing, and he had some statements from the king and from the Crown Prince. And great people. They congratulated us on the incredible attack on Iran. It was an attack on something that you can't have, the nuclear facility. it's been proven now that it's been totally obliterated. If they wanted to start, they couldn't start there. They'd have to start someplace else. But it was a congratulatory call in many ways. We talked about trade. We talked about missile defense. We talked about airplanes. They want to buy a lot of airplanes.
Why are you so much tougher on Iran than Russia?
No, I think I'm tougher on Russia than I am on Iran, actually. If you remember Nord Stream 2, you never heard that term until Trump came along, right? And, I closed it, and that was the biggest economic development deal they've ever done. Then Biden opened it, but then it got closed. But Biden opened it. No, I think I'm tougher on Russia than I was on almost any other country.
Would you like to see Patrick Reed make the Ryder Cup?
Yeah, I think he's great. Patrick Reed, he's great.
Mr. President, have you threatened Putin with sanctions to him personally?
We talk about sanctions a lot, yeah.
What does he say?
I would say he's not thrilled with it, but, he's been able to handle sanctions, but these are pretty biting sanctions. No, we talk about sanctions a lot. And he understands that it may be coming, and, he's a professional.
It may be coming.
Yeah, it may be coming, sure.
Have you decided on what your next international trip might be?
With who? With what?
Have you decided on what your next international trip might be?
Yeah, it changes a lot. We get these emergencies. I'm putting out fires all over the place. Talking about my next international trip. We're putting out fires all over the place, and so it's, changing, but we're planning to go to Europe. We've been invited to Turkey. I've been invited, frankly, to every country. We had a tremendous success in NATO. As you know, they've agreed to put up more than $1 trillion. They took it from 2%, but they weren't paying 2%. They were paying less to 5% where they're paying. And that's a big deterrent. That was a great thing they did. I have a great relationship with almost all of the nations.
President, your plan to let farmers keep their workers that might not be in the country legally, would you do that for other industries like oil field?
Yeah, well, we're looking at that right now, and we're going to come out with a statement on it sometime next week. But we want to have, certain industries need help because we don't have enough people. And we're going to be coming out with a statement fairly soon. What we are doing is getting all the criminals out of our country. Thank you very much, everybody. I hope you had a good time, and it's been a great, I think it's been a great 4th of July. It's been a great, happy 4th of July, everybody. Thank you very much.
अमरीकी सदर ट्रंप ने कहा है कि आइंदा हफ्ते गजा मुआहिदा हो सकता है। हमास की जानिब से गजा जंगबंदी के लिए मुज़ाकरात पर आमादगी का खैर मकदम करते हुए ट्रंप ने कहा कि ये अच्छी बात है। तैयारे में दौरान सफ़र सहाफ़ियों से गुफ्तगू में ट्रंप ने कहा कि गजा से मुतालिक बहुत कुछ करना है। गजा में बहुत सी इमदाद भेज रहे हैं। ईरान का जोहरी प्रोग्राम मुकम्मल ख़त्म कर दिया है, लेकिन ईरान इसे दोबारा शुरू कर सकता है। ट्रंप ने कहा कि वो इसराइली वज़ीर आज़म से ईरान से मुतालिक बात करेंगे। इससे पहले हमास ने कहा था कि गजा जंगबंदी के लिए फौरी तौर पर मुज़ाकरात शुरू करने के लिए तैयार हैं। अमरीकी सालिसी में पेश करदा गजा जंगबंदी मंसूबे पर अपना मुस्बत जवाब सालिसों के हवाले कर दिया है। मंसूबे पर अमल दरामद के तरीक़ाकार पर बातचीत के लिए फौरी तौर पर तैयार हैं। इसराइल को हमास का जवाब मिल गया है। कराची के इलाके लियारी बगदादी में इमारत गिरने के बाद रेस्क्यू ऑपरेशन जारी है। 5 मंजिला इमारत के मलबे से खवातीन और बच्चों समेत अब तक 14 अफराद की लाशें निकाली जा चुकी हैं। इस बारे में मजीद जानेंगे दानियाल सैयद से। जी दानियाल, बताइएगा।
आज बिल्कुल इस वक्त मौजूद हैं कराची के इलाके लियारी बगदादी में, जहाँ पर गुज़िश्ता रोज़ हादसा रनुमा हुआ। हादसे के नतीजे में अब तक जहाँ बहक होने वाले अफराद की जो तादाद है उसमें मुसलसल इजाफा हो रहा है। 14 अफराद जहाँ बहक हो चुके हैं, जिनकी लाशें मलबे तले निकाल कर अस्पताल मुंतकिल की जा चुकी हैं। रेस्क्यू 1112 का अमला और दीगर फलाही इदारे यहाँ पर मौजूद हैं। रात के अंधेरे में भी इस रेस्क्यू ऑपरेशन जारी रहा और अब सुबह होते ही ऑपरेशन में मज़ीद तेज़ी लाई गई है। किस तरीके से ये रेस्क्यू ऑपरेशन जारी है, कितना मज़ीद वक्त दरकार हो सकता है और कितने मज़ीद अफराद के इस मलबे तले दबे होने का खदशा है। अदील हाशिम से जानते हैं जो रेस्क्यू 1112 के इंचार्ज।
इक्विपमेंट हमारे पास सारा हमारा भी मौजूद है। जो हमारी गाड़ी है वो डिज़ाइन ही इसके लिए हुई है, डिज़ास्टर के हवाले से जो बिल्डिंग कोलैप्स के इंसिडेंट्स होते हैं, जो गाड़ियाँ हम यहाँ पे लेकर आए ये उसी के लिए डिज़ाइन हुई है। और उसके अलावा PDMA ने अपने एक्सकेवेटर्स भी भेज दिए हैं, क्रेन भी भेज दिए, जो भी हमें रिक्वायर्ड है हमारे पास सामान मौजूद है। हाँ, अलबत्ता इसको थोड़ा सा फूक के कदम रखने वाला मामला है कि इस तरफ, क्योंकि उस तरफ से हम खाली कर चुके हैं, इस तरफ से हम यूँ थोड़ा सा स्लो काम कर रहे हैं कि यहाँ पे सस्पेक्टेड बॉडीज़ हैं, क्योंकि जो इलाका मकीन है या जो रिश्तेदार हैं उनके जो लोग मिसिंग हैं, जो वो बताते हैं कि कुछ 10 से 12 लोग मिसिंग हैं। और उनकी एक्सपेक्टेशन है, क्योंकि वो उनको ये पता है कि वो लोग घरों में थे, तो उनकी एक्सपेक्टेशन है कि वो यहाँ पे दबे में मलबे तले। तो इसलिए हम ज़रा ख्याल से यहाँ पे अपना ऑपरेशन करते हैं ताकि डेड बॉडी को हमारी तरफ से कोई हर्ज ना पहुंचे।
मेरे कैमरामैन फहद से कहूँगा कि मनाजिर दिखाएं। भारी मशीनरी की मदद से मलबा हटाने का काम जारी है। रेस्क्यू 1112 का ये कहना है कि एक जानिब जहाँ पर बेसमेंट थी वहाँ से मलबा हटा लिया गया है। अब जिस मकाम के ऊपर रेस्क्यू ऑपरेशन में तेज़ी लाई गई है, लेकिन यहाँ पर बहुत एहतियात के साथ मलबा हटाया जा रहा है, क्योंकि मरने वाले या दीगर जो यहाँ पर जो लोग मौजूद हैं उनके अजीज़ व अकारिब ने इस बात की उम्मीद जाहिर की है कि उनके अजीज़ इस मलबे तले दबे हो सकते हैं। तो उनकी निकालने के लिए, उनको रेस्क्यू करने के लिए रेस्क्यू ऑपरेशन बदस्तूर जारी है। और हुकाम का ये कहना है कि मज़ीद चंद घंटे मज़ीद दरकार होंगे इस तमाम तर मलबे को हटाने के लिए और इस रेस्क्यू ऑपरेशन को पाए तकमील तक पहुँचाने में। जी,
मुजफ्फरगढ़ में लंगर सराय के करीब ट्रालर और बस की टक्कर, बच्चों और खवातीन समेत 6 अफराद जाम बहक और 18 जख्मी हो गए हैं। लाशें और जख्मी अस्पताल मुंतकिल कर दिए गए हैं। अमरीकी रियासत टेक्सास में शदीद बारिशें और सैलाब, मुख्तलिफ हादसात में 24 अफराद हलाक हो गए, कई अफराद लापता। सर्च एंड रेस्क्यू ऑपरेशन में 100 फौजी भी हिस्सा लेंगे।